Alright, YouTube, thank you for tuning in, and today I'll be talking about Bioshock Infinite. Now, the main attraction here is definitely the story. It's very entertaining, it's deep, and at the same time it's confusing. And it will only come together at the very end of it. But even long after the credits roll, it will keep you busy in your head for quite some time. Now, not to spoil too much, but you play as Booker DeWitt, who is sent out to basically clear his debts by finding a girl named Elizabeth. Now, don't expect any moral choices in this game, as the developers clearly wanted to take you by the hand and tell the story, and that sometimes feels a bit forced. It turns out that the girl is actually a catalyst for the story. And it's here where the game really shines. You know, Elizabeth is full of charm and character.
It won't come to that. Alright?
So, the perfect city of Columbia, where you'll end up, is ruled by this so-called prophet. And he regards you as the false shepherd, as the enemy, basically. So, the prophet will do anything to stop you in your tracks, taking the girl away. So he throws waves and waves of enemies at you. So the means of telling this story is through a first-person shooter. Now, the setting of Columbia is just beautiful. You know, it's breathtaking. You know, the art design, the graphics, it looks amazing. High production values all over.
As you can see, Booker, the lunatics are running the asylum.
Now, the level design first looks really interesting, with open areas that have multi-layered platforms with so-called sky rails all around them for zipping around the level, shooting enemies from above. But unfortunately, this design is somewhat overused throughout the game, so it becomes somewhat expected and not very surprising anymore. Now, the game gives you a good selection of guns to use that can be upgraded using money you collect and put in these vending machines. Now, strangely enough, the game only lets you carry 2 guns at a time, forcing you to scatter for guns during battles. And that's more frustrating than exciting, to be honest. Now, the shooting itself is very old school, so frantic and action-packed, so I liked it a lot. And there's a good variety of enemies that are somewhat recycled throughout. You also are granted special powers. You can use individually or combined for greater effect. So, for instance, you can turn enemies against each other.
Take them!
Shoot fireballs and electric charges at them as well. And some of these powers are more useful than others. Now, most of the time, Elizabeth comes along for the ride, not fighting herself, but instead helping you out in tough situations where, for instance, you run out of ammo and she throws ammo at you or money. She can also open the so-called tiers or passages to other dimensions, revealing stuff that can be useful in tough situations. Now, it's not often that you get such an established and useful AI partner in a game, so it's just basically very fun to have Elizabeth around, and she's never in the way of things. So in conclusion, this is a highly original title that's certainly not perfect, as the story might frustrate you. You know, the combat sometimes becomes predictable, but in the end, it deserves the praise it gets. And that's something I don't say often, so I give this game an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think and leave comments. Thanks for watching.
Hello? Think?
I saw you die, Booker. Saw it with my own eyes.
Fitzroy. Listen, I got you your guns. I'm here for my airship.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just complicate the narrative.